So I went ahead and simplified my shape. I had these curves defined by 4 points. I actually moved them down to defined by 3 points. Straightened out the geometry because I was having a very difficult time of placing these adaptive columns. So I would anticipate you might be having the same problem. So if you feel the need to simplify, please do. I'm going to swing around here now and just go through placing some more of these adaptive columns. And I'm going to try and get it into a view so I can use the other side as a reference. The second grid's a little hard to find, but after a little practice, and then I'm making connections to these midpoints. And I'm going to go over to this side because that looks twisted to me. I'm going to try this one. Well, I'll try this one first. See how this settles out. And then we need to move over to straight across from that. And that's all twisted around. It looks like I placed the points like in a anti-clockwise direction. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that and go through the process of replacing them. I'm going to switch back over to wireframe. That's one of my issues here. And that took me out of the program, or out of the placement program. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this and delete that one and start again. And then trying to copy with what's going on the other side there. I want to place a point there. I want to come in and place a point over here. And a final point over here. Looks pretty good. Let's try that one more time. Create component. Can't tell if that's twisted or just overlapping. So let's go ahead and look at that in a realistic rendering. And it looks pretty good. I think I've screwed up with the placement here. I'm going to make a correction there. Yeah, I'm 1 over on this one, so I need to redo this one. So I'll delete this and try that one more time. Okay, so we have our placement. I'm going to go ahead and save that and load that into the project. I've managed to have closed off that other project, so let me open that back up again. Go back to the other one. And that's going to be a long redraw. Well, all right, there we go. Tad on the ugly side. We've got relatively mass thick columns. We'd, you know, if I had to do this over again, I probably would stretch this out a little bit. Hopefully you can learn from my example and not make one so chunky looking. So I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to continue on with this. This gives you enough of the basic concepts. I'm going to put together a few pieces of presentation for this. I'm going to add some walls, give it some context, and just do up some kind of a simple sheet for presentation in the next clip.